The sun's hanging low in the sky because we're in the valley of Meldon right now. I was thinking of going up there, which is a very steep hill, and trying to find those rocks which are down again. They're on the steep hill too though. You have to go up and then come down and then like zigzag on the steep hill. Really difficult one to do. Let's see if I got my maps here. These are some rocks that I saw. Over there's Longstone Hill and those Longstone rocks. Aplite rocks, whatever you want to call them. There's the Aplite quarry. Here's the car park where we are. And then up in this valley along the sides where the gorse is. Just generally where the gorse is, there's like 4 piles of rocks. Which I've put unknown hill rocks there, but I could name them like Meldon Aplite or Blackdown rocks or something. I don't think they're technically on Blackdown though. I saw something on Dartifacts which was called Oakhampton Chase, and I couldn't work out what it was, but it was like the nearest thing to these rocks. So I don't know what Oakhampton Chase is, but up there is where all those rocks would be. And we don't have that much daylight to try and search for them. Hiya guys, so I'm gonna be doing something a little more different today. You've no doubt seen my intro clip there. On that hill there, which is before Blackdown Hill, are some rocks. They should be just up there down the steep slope, which is very gorsy and very steep. I'd have to go up a very steep slope to begin the trip, and then down and up a very steep gorsy slope to continue the trip. So what I'm going to do is something a little different. I'm going to try and use a head mounted camera for the GoPro. So you won't be seeing me, unfortunately. You'll be hearing me and seeing what I see when I turn on. That's the plan. I'll give you one image of me walking up to begin the trip, and then it's all going to be from my POV. Alright guys, I don't know what you can see. Here is my map. We're Quarry Car Park. The rocks are after the bend, one set in the gorse, one set a lot higher up in a clearing, another in the gorse and another lower down. This head setup feels kind of wobbly on my head. It's just like a kind of bouncy weight on my head. The things strapping the GoPro to my head seem quite tight though, so I don't think that's the problem. Okay, because I can't really see the bend of the river, I think one thing that I'm thinking of doing is going to the top bit where the wall kinks away, or where the clearing is between the gorse, and collecting that bit first, or scouting that bit first. So I guess I'm going up the steep hill. Now you will have seen some of this view of the start of this video. I'm not going to show you too much on my Blackdown 2 video, I think it is. So there's some rocks here. So this is part of whatever the secret mystery tours are. Are you liking? See, I don't know what you can see. You might be too high tilt or too low tilt. I can't tell if I've got the tilt right. But yeah, we will have seen that on the other video, Blackdown 2 video, and we will have climbed the steep hill, which I've just climbed half of. The sun's just completely gone now, so we won't be getting any of that. Look, it's set. The sun has set into a big cloud bank, but it's still bright. Oh, I'll leave you on a sec because I found something. It's like a gravestone. Okay. How well can you see that, guys? Don't think there's any writing on it, but more rock, look. Quite hefty rock. Still going up. Can we see some of these rocks from here? Some of them are buried in the gorse. So I was on the other side over there, and that's how I found all these, by not actually being at them but seeing them from the opposite side of the valley. It might be that there's some hidden in this gorse here. Oh, are you alright, guys? Hope you're not falling off my head. You might be. I see a gaffer sight so far. I'm going to put it on my head again without my hat. There we go, guys. Hopefully you're less wonky. Are there any rocks down here on the gorse? Oh, it's so hard to see with the gorse here, so we're going to go up further, I think. Here now we got as a landmark this tree. Not sure if that can be seen from the other side. Oh, and it's getting chilly on my noggin, so I took my hat off to make this setup work better. Whew. Here's a little bit of rock. There's a clearing here. Let's go and see these. I'm not sure if there's any big rocks or not. There's sheep guarding some. You can see it's there's got to be something subsurface, right? Hello, buddy. This is quite a clear one. It might be as big as a mini underground, but above ground not so much. Yeah, I just took a photo of it. So this is a clearing, and that's obviously some of the rocks, the most prominent I've seen. We're just going to keep looking down the slope here. Trying to find signs of the other rocks. Up to the top of this hill. I can't find a name for this hill. It's not actually part of Blackdown because it goes down again before it goes up. So this is the top of an unnamed hill. On the other side of this wall, of course, is the main quarry, I think. I don't know if you can see it well. I might go down there in a sec. Well, you can't really see the quarry from here, but you can see the military huts of Blackdown 2 hill. And over there you can see the Longstone, or are they the Aplite rocks? Okay, we can't call these the Aplite rocks because I think we called them those. Alright, let's try and navigate using this wall. The wall kinks inward at some point. I think that's happened, and then it kinks away. So before it kinks away to the left, which is this bit here, that's where the rocks end. So the rocks are ending round about here. You can see some over there. So let's just go the kink in the wall and then come back on ourselves. Alright guys, there you can see it, the leftward kink in the stone wall, and parallel to this is where the rocks downhill would end. They're all going to be this way onward. So let's go down, see if we can find any more. We obviously got this fella here, like a mini boulder. Probably look pretty silly with this head mount. Here's some little rocks. There's a bigger rock there, not massive though. Let's see what's down here. Might be worth going halfway down there. Rock here behind that bush. So here's a big flat one, that's part of it, and this fella here, it's also part of it. He's bigger than most. I think this might be the biggest one we found, and there's a nice groove in it down there. It's like a tall rock, got little slices and things. So let's go down maybe not halfway, but further down, and then meet the gorse from down here. I was always dreading doing this particular walk because, first of all, I thought there might not be a tour. There might be there'll either be a minor tour minor tour, or boulders that don't count as a tour. Right now I'm kind of iffy, half and half, on whether they're boulders or a minor tour that's not been listed anywhere. All like 3 different types of lichen here: yellow, light green, and kind of a soft moss. There's some gathered around this tree. Again, that one up there with the cuts and grooves, I think that's the largest one we've seen. And then the second largest, that distinctive one with the sheep. It's like mild clitter field stuff at the moment. Makes you think, are there any giant rocks in the clitter fields under High Willhays? Near the Fishcombe Lake tour, is it? Some more rocks. I mean, there's definitely a lot of rocks. It could be like an X tour or something. Was there a track up there built by rock? No, I don't think there was. There's a wall. Maybe they built that out of the tour. Oh. Yeah, we got some fair-sized rocks just here. Kind of flattens off down there. This is quite big. This is the 3rd biggest, maybe. Underground rocks. It looks like the sheep and everything like to walk around here. There's some rocks over by that tree. Ah, there's some rocks downhill as well. A tree with half of its leaves dead. Looks kind of interesting. I like that it's dry. It's a pretty dry moment. Apparently the rest of the week they can't decide on the forecast. It was meant to be sunny and now it's all meant to be rainy. So this might be the only day, a Monday, that I can do this. Oh, here we go. Now here's a lot more rocks with this tree here, which is, what kind of tree is that? I'm not sure. Quite a strong trunk. The terrain's not too bad. It could get ankle twisty in places, but it's not actually too bad, I would say, if you watch your footing. Yeah, there's a lot here, I think. How big are they though? Oh, someone, look at this, guys. Some fucking littering twat has left a disposable barbecue, Corona Stella Artois, a bin bag on this tour that I'm looking for, if it is a tour. Fucking litterers, man. I'm not one of the leave no trace crowd, but it's just because of the cultish mentality of the phrasing. I do believe that people shouldn't be littering. Anyway, that's got ivy on. That's quite an interesting one. It's got lovely ivy branches, ivy vines on it, and then quite a smooth face. Yeah, there's some big rocks here. I think I'm inclined to call this a tour. There's some more over there, but there's tons clustered by this tree, and that's probably subsurface. See, it goes down under the earth. I reckon there's like a mini sized rock underground here, but I have no like proof of it. I just see the tips of icebergs. But yeah, I think I call this a minor tour. Again, it is spread out over several areas on this steep hill, but yeah, it's mainly around the trees. I think I saw something over there by that gorse bush. Just trying to remember if there were any bins down by the fucking car park. I don't think there were. Okay, I'm navigating some sharp gorse here. Here's a big chunky fella hiding away. And there's one over there, two over there. He's hiding. Beautiful view of Meldon Viaduct. Hopefully this camera's still recording and it's not doing the fucking glitching error thing, because that would be annoying right now. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get close to, but there's one embedded in that gorse bush there. There seems to be one with white lichen on it down the hill just there. But there's this, I mean, this would be an impasse in the summer, so it's the perfect time of year to come down and capture this. Okay, let's get up and around some of these. It's the problem with other people's fucking litter that should be their responsibility. Like if I pick that up and it doesn't look stable to pick up, it's like the bin bag's all ripped and stuff, and I went down to the car park and there wasn't a bin there, whatever, regularly picked up from by a landowner or council or whatever, people would assume I'm the litterer and I'm fly tipping or something just by leaving it in the car park. I don't fancy putting their crap in my car. My car's full enough as it is, because I have to use it as a second room. So yeah, it's just terrible that people go out on the moors, obviously, and do not bring everything they came out with back with them home or whatever. Of course, part of that problem is not enough places to put rubbish and not enough public bins, not enough tips to take things to, so a lot of it is the fault of council and government. So here we are back almost at the brink of the hill. Now I'm going to say that that is a minotaur just because of the sheer amount of rocks, and I assume there's something going to be under the ground that's quite big. Plus there might be something I haven't discovered yet, which I might not be able to. I'm out of breath, man. All these steep hills. But I knew, like, I was dreading this journey because of the up and down of the steep hills. Bit of a workout. I got the icy air. Actually, it's not too bad. I don't know why I'm saying that. The chilly air, the mildly chilly air going into my lungs and making my chest cold on the inside. But that said, it's not too bad for a winter's day. So I'm not sure which ones I found. I might compare this footage myself with other footage I've taken from those rocks there and those other, the same rocks essentially over there where I look back. What was that trip? A trip to, I think that was on the way back from Fishcombe Lake tour actually, that I last saw these rocks. Yeah, okay, so we're back at the distinctive one where the sheep were and this lower one. I don't know if it's worth going down halfway down this hill and then trying to reconnect with the car park, because there's a big mining girt or gully between the car park and here, like a huge ditch, and I'm not sure if you can go around it or not. I'm not sure how easy that is. I'll have a little glance. I mean, I suppose I had a little glance earlier, but I'll have another look. There's a bit of a gap in the gorse over there. I can see the river from here. No rocks really in between where those dead ferns are. The dead ferns are a blessing, because yeah, in summer so many places on Dartmoor are inaccessible due to like huge ferns, sometimes chest height or head height, which I've shown you before. It's like a sea. But this is the ideal time for getting to inaccessible tours, because look, these are all just skeletons now. Sparse, easy to get through. Got another tree here, no rocks around it though. Down a bit, down a bit. Don't want to go too far down because I've got to climb all the way back up. There's some rocks over here, little ones. Ground's a bit knobbly though. Nice tree. It's like wind blown. Sonic the Hedgehog spike that direction. Oh, a little rock here. Little one there. Alright guys, I'll probably take my head cam off. I put the head cam on for balance mainly, like whoa, I'm going up and down steep hills. But I'll probably take it off now once I'm up there again. Alright fools, I think I set out and got what I wanted to achieve from that visit, and it was slightly easier than I thought it would be. Check out these lovely skies beyond the quarry, the actual quarry that is still operational. Some lovely clouding up there. Oh, pretty misty up towards, what was that, Road Tour? No, that's Branscombe's Life. Pretty misty over there. Don't fancy that coming here, but it might. Still, the rest of this week is going to be rain. Alright guys, I get to do the steep hill but the fun way, downhill. Let's have another look at this quarry. You can see a bit more from here, and the purple tip trees. Oh, I actually see a lot more than I remember seeing. Alright buddies, I've forgotten what I was going to call them. I don't think I can call them the Applite Rocks if I've called Longstone Hill Rocks also the Applite Rocks. So, what the fuck do I call these ones? Meldon fucking car park rocks doesn't sound right, does it? Well, you'll see on the video what I've labelled them. Meldon something rocks. And that was a trip to them, and I found a few. Thank you for watching.